Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is your main event of FutureFire 4 at the Firestar Pro Wrestling Training Academy in Greensboro, North Carolina. I am Coach Josh Gary, and I will be taking you along for the ride in this matchup between Myzery and Rocky Webster. Rocky Webster has been an upstart here at Firestar Pro Wrestling, training, working, trying to show that he is here to win matches, win championships, and make a name for himself in pro wrestling. And Myzery, he's kind of lived up to his name. He's kind of been a miser, getting in people's business, hitting on other people's wives, just generally being a snob. Hey, that's my professional opinion. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Here we go, one-on-one, locking up. This is the ultimate test. These two gentlemen have been working their tails off, training for hours upon hours, days after days, week after week, to improve their pro wrestling game, to show Greensboro what they've gotten. A little bit of disrespect from Myzery, shoving it into Rocky's face, just trying to push him into a fight. And Rocky's got a little bit of that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Rocky's like, don't keep pushing me, brother. I will push right back. And literally draws a line in the sand and says, come get some. Myzery looks like he's like, I didn't expect that out of the young upstart Rocky Webster. Hey, the referee's not your problem, Kyler. It's Rocky. Oh, goes to lock back up. Kyler says, no, I'm not doing that again. Goes for the arm bar. Trying to work it, trying to hyperextend that elbow. Go ahead and get him a quick victory. Oh, both of these guys training together, know each other pretty well, know what they're capable of, know their ins and outs, know their reversals, know their counters. So this should be a pretty good one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Rocky showing his agility and his speed there, quickly reversing the arm twist. Got him in a nice little wrist lock there, putting the torque on the wrist, the forearm, and the elbow joint of Myzery here. Up, he tried to reverse it. Whipped it around into a hammer lock, putting torque on Rocky's shoulder there. If the wrist lock didn't work, I'm going to move to something else. You think you're so good, Rocky? Get out of this. And Rocky does. Rocky reverses it into a hammer lock of his own. Myzery's in a bad way. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never been in a hammer lock, that puts so much torque on your shoulder. You feel like your rotator cuff is being torn as you speak. Myzery taking the cheap way out, stomps on the feet, takes advantage, locks on the headlock. A lot of these moves you take for granted in professional wrestling, like a simple headlock, but a headlock cuts off the circulation, clamps down on the neck, deprives your brain of oxygen. You start to see spots and dark splotches, and it is extremely painful. The brain needs oxygen to survive, and it starts gasping for air. You start to lose your mental faculties. Gets out, gets immediately run over by a shoulder tackle from Myzery. Look, there's that attitude I was talking about, and I don't think it's serving him too well because it's all bark and no bite so far. He's done a lot of talking. He's done a lot of flirting. He's done a lot of junk talking. And wait a minute. Whoa, Rocky. Oh, big arm drag. Myzery's in a bad way. Take advantage. Another arm drag by Rocky. Go get him, young man. Show him you want this. Oh, post him up. Oh, Kyler's able to slide off. Goes the clothesline, miss around, taken to the legs, trying to chop that tree down. Oh, a little bit of martial arts going here. Wait a minute, catches the leg. Oh, big backflip, loses his balance, collects himself, big drop kick. Myzery says, I'm out of here. Rocky Webster is fired up here, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, this crowd firmly behind Rocky Webster. Comes off the ropes. Oh, Myzery gets out of dodge. Says, I've seen wrestling. I've watched wrestling my entire life, and you know what? I ain't falling for that trick. Rocky says, okay, well, I'll just come get you. Oh, Myzery using the ring post for some added leverage. Referee there to let him know it's the same thing as a rope break. It's not illegal. You're not using a weapon. You're simply using your environment to your advantage. It's not cheating, but it's definitely cheap. You know, it's dirty. It's underhanded. It's not moral, but I don't think Myzery cares about all that. He doesn't care about what the audience thinks of him. He doesn't care what the corporate offers, the board. He doesn't care about any of that. He cares about wins. He wants wins. He wants victories. He wants that extra moolah, those title shots, those opportunities. Oh, stomps on the arm of Rocky Webster. Rocky's in a bad way right now. And Kyler is going back to his arrogant, braggadocious ways. Referee's there to let him know, so like, hey, man, you can't win on the outside of the ring. You got to get it back in. And he's there with his count. Kyler throws Rocky back in. He's mindful of the rules. He doesn't want to get himself disqualified because you get disqualified, you don't get those opportunities. Only a 2 count. A little bit of frustration there on the face of Kyler Myzery, and a rookie mistake there, arguing with the referee. There's a lot of factors that go on in a professional wrestling match. You've got the referee, the cameras, the audience, but all you need to worry about is your opponent. And a lot of young guys tend to forget that, and they get caught up in the moment. Kyler Myzery strikes me as the kind of guy that just does whatever he wants. He's got that attitude. He just oozes sleaze. He's got that steampunk look, that attitude of I'm better than you, I've got a better mustache than you, and I'm a better wrestler than you. And right now, he's up on Rocky Webster, and, I can't argue with him. He might have not been on the up and up on how he got in this position, but, at the end of the game, who's winning? Who has the most points on the scoreboard? Oh, Rocky Webster up and over, and nobody's home. Kyler Myzery catches and posts him right on the ring post. That 6-inch solid steel. And he had his foot on the ropes. Referee caught him. Good job. Our officials here making sure that every competitor follows the rules and abides by everything, to make sure that we don't have anybody breaking the rules, gaining an unfair advantage. Referee was there. Referee was able to see it. Kyler Myzery argued it, but he was right. You can't argue with him too much. Go back to business. Kyler Myzery going back to that left arm of Rocky. He slung it around the ring post. He stomped on it. He's kicked it. He might even bit it. I don't know. He's got him in an arm bar, and Rocky's in a bad way. He's got to find a way out of this. Wrestle out of it, young man. There you go. Rolls around. Oh, not enough. Kyler driving the knee into the elbow joint. Look at the pain on Rocky's face. He's got to be careful. You got a whole career ahead of you, Rocky. You don't need to give it up for this one match. It's okay. You can tap. Go ahead, quit. You got your whole career ahead of you. You don't need to have your shoulder dislocated, your elbow popped out of joint just to beat this one guy. But Rocky's a tough kid. He refuses to quit, and he's still going to fight. Kyler Myzery raining down the blows. Fist. Big open hand chop. Perfectly legal. And that stuff stings. I don't care, man. It leaves handprints. It welts. I've even seen guys openly bleed from chops that are hard enough. Breaks the boot across the shoulders. Takes him down. 2. Only a 2 count. Rocky still has fight left in him. And Kyler even says it. Why won't you stay down? He's put on the punishment. Here comes Rocky with the fight. Throwing in those blows to the breadbasket. Gets him up. Captures the arm belly to belly. No. Goes right back to the arm. They talk about working over a body part, ladies and gentlemen, and that's exactly what you do. You pick a part and you beat it. You stomp it. You twist it. You turn it around. 1, 2, and hopefully the pain is enough that your opponent does not kick out in those instances. But Rocky is still in it, just like the video games. I know you guys play video games. You got to get them from green to yellow to orange to red. You got to get them to tap, and that's exactly what Kyler's doing. He's zeroing in on the shoulder and the elbow of Rocky Webster, and it's like a shark when it smells blood in the water. He sees he's injured, and he keeps going, and he keeps going, and he keeps coming at you. Rocky's going to have to find a way to get some distance if he hopes to put enough damage on Kyler to pick up the victory. Twist him around. Catches him. Oh, big neck breaker. Capturing that left arm, putting the torque on the shoulder, torque on the neck. Of course, the trapezius muscle that connects the back, the shoulder, and the neck there. Majorly hit on that neck breaker. That's good strategy by Kyler Myzery. Not just the elbow, not just the shoulder. He's intent on hurting this young man. Comes off. Oh my gosh, my knees hurt after that. And I'm an old man. They hurt anyway. They creak and they groan. Stop, sound guy. I know you're agreeing with me. Oh my, wait a minute. Rocky Webster's coming in with fire. That left arm's still dangling, but the right one still works. taking down Kyler Myzery. Myzery's on his heels. He doesn't know what's going on. Comes around, swings, picks him up with that hurt arm. You can see the pain shooting through him. Pain on Rocky Webster's face. He was not able to grab that left leg with his left arm to really get that height on that suplex, but he got him up enough. Both men are down. Crowd getting behind Rocky, chanting his name, gets his arm over, 2, and the foot's on the rope. Lucky break for Kyler Myzery. That suplex planted him right there, where instead of wasting the energy of kicking out, he's able to place his foot over the bottom rope. Crowd getting behind Rocky. It's almost like Tinkerbell from Peter Pan. I believe. This crowd believes in Rocky, and Rocky's using it as fuel. Getting to his feet. He's coming in, and Kyler, puts the boot right to Rocky's arm, and they're reeling, and he's right back to the arm. I think Kyler feels that he kind of needs to put Rocky away. He's had enough. Come back and fire that he spins him around, and where he lands, nobody knows. And we're going in the other direction. It's just like the Himalaya at the fair. I love this part. Whoa, wait a minute. Rocky's like, that's about how I look when I get off the Himalaya. Gets him in position. Got to make sure the mustache is perfect. Got to look pretty for the cameras. He's not hitting with a pile driver. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to check with my ringside official here if that's even legal here. I know a lot of promotions have banned it because it is such a dangerous move, and Rocky Webster kicked out of it. Holy crap. That's not against FCC rules. I can say crap. My censor over here tapping me on the arm, I can say it because he kicked out of a pile driver. I don't care if it's legal or not. He kicked out of it. Wait a minute. That might have been the nail in the coffin. Kyler Myzery said, I hit you with a pile driver and you kicked out. I'm doing whatever I can to put you out. Gets a chair from one of the ringside fans here. Goes there. Oh, the referee said, I don't think so, buddy. You got to put the chair down. I will disqualify you if you hit him with this chair. Now, of course, obviously, the referee's taking and putting the chair down. Oh, wait a minute. Alexander Moss making sure that the other object, Kyler Myzery's cane, is not used while the referee's back is turned. Rocky Webster's fired up. You need to turn around, Kyler. Here it comes. Big spear with the injured shoulder. Referee in position. 1, 2, 3. Rocky Webster picks up the win. 1, 2, 3. That man fought tooth and nail for that victory. You cannot take that away from him. Kyler Myzery tried to with a chair, tried to with a cane. Alexander Moss came up, evened up the score, and your winner with the pinfall victory, Rocky Webster.